Frenzy Penguin here. Hello guys. This is the third episode of Kerbal Space Program I'm going to make. This time we're going to land on Minmus. It's the moon of Kerbin, the most far outside. It's really small and it also has a slightly angled orbit, so you will have to get the maneuver nodes to make it work. So we're going to take some contracts that are concerning our little planet Minmus. Here I'm going to show you my space station. As you can see, it's already evolved a little. You saw in the contracts just earlier that there is an experiment with plant growth that I will have to try in the next episode, maybe get on these docking ports and perform. I'm going to see if I can grab some science out of here as well, but I don't think that is going to happen. Anyhow, as you can see, there are now 3 people living in my space station: Philby, Shellin, and Elvie. It's a 1, 2, 3, 4 4-part station. So there were 4 missions to get this up here, and it has everything you need. Some solar panels, as you can see, they're not oriented quite well to the sun, which we are going to fix now. There we go, -5, so that's good. And let's see what we can do outside. Anyhow, space station is for the next episode. Let's build ourselves a Minmus Lander. But as I want to have contact with Kerbin and also get a probe over there, we're going to separate the rocket in 2 parts. So you have the command module that is going to land, and on top of it I'm going to install a little probe, something that flies around Minmus and will stay there with the intent to have some communications to Kerbin in an easier fashion than just from the ground up. Alright, as you can see, the probe is getting form, getting shape with some solar panels. I will have to adjust so that they fit this little part here. Yeah, if I turn the offset of the above ones a little bit different, I can turn them around. The top ones and the bottom ones, that's it. Alright. So who are we going to send on this mission after I've added some dishes and some batteries? Let's start with batteries, I guess. And let's flip them inside so that there is still room outside for the satellite dishes. So it's 400 each charge, I think, so 800, 1600. That should be sufficient, as Minmus is a really small object in space, so it's not likely to block communications towards Kerbin to start with, but also not block the sunlight coming from the sun. There we go, that looks pretty okay. Let's give it some a docking port as well. You never know when that comes in easy. There is always a possibility that you get some shuttle or some mission around Minmus, can dock with this thing and continue your mission outside the Kerbin system into the Kerbal system, because that's the name of the sun. There! Only thing we need. some more dishes, I think. Well, yeah. So solar panels, dishes, control surfaces. Yeah, this thing is so ready to launch. We're going to call it the Minmus Lander plus Probe. Something that is not bad as a name, but as you can see later on, it could be done better. Because right now, if we detach the probe will be called Minmus Lander plus Probe. There we go, taking Jebediah with us, which proves my persistence of getting this mission back home. Jebediah is the one I always will want to keep in this career. If I don't keep Jebediah, there is no reason for this career, in my opinion. There we go. Launch of the Minmus Lander. They're ascending pretty fast. 100 meters a second. On my mark, 100, no, kilometer high, so that's going pretty good. We're already turning a little so that if my empty fuel tanks fall back to Earth, well, kerbin, I'm sorry, they will not hit my launch path, or the chances are smaller of hitting my launch path. There you go. You see Rapro and Luris. Where's Jebediah? Good question. I don't know. Did I forgot to put him in? 500 meters per second. I'm speeding up, as you can see, so that you don't have to stick with me the hours that I've played this mission. There you go. I turned off the main engine in the middle to keep some fuel going. There we go. 2,000 meters mark per second. We've detached all stages, almost all. Let's orient and try to get to Minmus now, without an encounter to the Mon, because that's an object in our trajectory. As you can see, I've already landed there, but I still need to put up a rescue mission to get my guys out of there as well. Let's start to burn soon. There we go. Yeah, we've just made it into orbit. Alright, this is not going too bad. Although, as Minmus is such a little object, it's really hard to get an encounter with it. And as you can see, I've made an encounter with the Mon instead. Not my intention. And as you can see, my inclination is not what it should be either. So let's fix this up and try to get this maneuver nodes to at least get us really close to an encounter. And as soon as that encounter has been established, we can start the burn on its own. I've made the maneuver node in 15 days, so that would be after we return, after one orbit, one single turn around Kerbin. But that's not what I want. I want to burn it right now. So with lost fuel in this stage, we're so ready. There we go. Let's detach and use this 4-motored lost stage to get us an encounter. As you can see, Minmus is really that small. The computer doesn't even know if it's going to be an encounter or not right now. So yeah, let's hope. speeding up. We're already 4 hours in the mission. 1 day right now, 2 days. After 6 days of flying, we're finally near Minmus. Safely past the Mun. Here we go. Yes, we've got an encounter. Now let's try to make sure that we do not escape it again. This is going to be tough, but yeah, there we go. Alright. So, we want a polar orbit. I don't know why. I think because I want a great view when landing. So, something like this. Sure. Yeah, by the time we get there, it will have rotated so that we're facing Kerbin, I guess. Yeah, that's not bad. There we go, first contract completed. We've made a flyby Minmus. Right now we're going to even continue and land this thing. First of all, get us in a stable polar orbit and we can drop our drone that is going to stay in orbit for the rest of its life. As you can see on the yellow and green lines, we are in connection. We're having some connection, so make sure that the probe and antennas are expanded before I'm dropping it. Let's hope I do. There we go. Detachment of the probe that is going to stay in orbit. This is going very smoothly as we speak. I didn't encounter anything off. As you can see, Minmus is so small that the difference in orbit between the probe and my command module is already different just by decoupling. So we don't need a lot of delta V to change orbit or inclination here. So we can save up enough fuel to land and then get back to Kerbin with these guys. Alright, this one is still hooked to mission control, and it's a good thing because that means we can yeah, there we go, we have connection. So now we can put up these ones and we get some short range communication, and by turning on that one as it comes to the comm set, we will always have some connection, I guess. Yeah, you saw a little parachute hiding there. Yeah, it's an inline parachute decoupler. So that we can get back safe to Kerbin. Alright, so let's get some solar power going. Yes, perfect. So you can see a beautiful sundown, and Kerbin is there on the right, on the horizon. And maybe, just maybe, we can see the Mun as well at certain points. Just maybe. Oh yeah, I think I do. At the right side you can see the Mun as well. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous sundown. And Raybro, Laris, and if Jebediah is in there as well, he too is are very enjoying this. Look at that beautiful landscape. Minmus is really a beautiful Mun, which we are going to land on right now. Let's kick out our velocity and start a descent. There we go. I think we've just lost a complete orbit. 82 meters per second. That should be sufficient. Okay. I must say this is going quite smoothly compared to other missions. Oh, we're getting there. Still coming in quite hot. Where is my shadow? Where is it? Ah, oh, beautiful. Beautiful. How little do you feel if you land on here? Kerbin is like smaller than a finger through the window. Alright, there is my shadow. 10 meters per second. 5 meters per second mark, and ready for touchdown at 2,600 meters or something in height. Yeah. Whoa, look at that dust. The dust cloud is real here. Yeah. Perfect. This landing is a textbook. Congratulations, Ray-Pro Lewis, on landing this vehicle on Minmus. This is my first landing on Minmus. I'm really proud. And look at that view. Nice. You see the mun? Really small. The kerbin a little bit bigger, and of course the sun. Kerbal. Making sure that we have power here. What are we going to do before returning? We should get some science. I see that I've used a laser tool as well. Oh yeah, there the decoupler goes really fast into the atmosphere. But that was like straight up. I hope the decoupler doesn't hit my face when it comes back down. Alright, so science. Let's plant ourselves a flag on this very low gravity object. And as I said before, Minmus Lander plus probe is a little bit too much. So we're calling it the Minimus Probe 1. This one is making sure, and I'm going to prove it to you now, that you get a good communication on Minmus even if you have short range on the surface. You see, it relays the communication from Kerbin towards it for a pretty long time, for a pretty long duration. And as we're landing quite polar, you see that sunset, sundown is the night is very short, so you have enough electricity and energy going on. Let's return to Kerbin with enough of fuel. We're going to push up and then use maneuver nose so that we're not using too much fuel. Nice! That went perfect. And that's the landing zone where Ray-Bro put his flag down there, you saw it. So, the solar panels in this new version of Kerbal Space Program are not retractable. Only the ones that are packaged with a safety cover are retractable. And I didn't know right now, I wasn't aware yet. So, that will be a very interesting re-entry, I'm guessing. There we go. So you see the Minimus Probe is just staying with it, which means we get good communications there. It will help us in future missions. And then let's try to get all this science from Minmus back to our beloved planet. There we go. 80 kilometers high with 3,000 meters per second. So let's find our I want to land after that delta, after that river delta. I want to land on that part. Sure. There we go. Detachment of the last module. I've got a service model above the command module so that I could take all the science inside back into the atmosphere. Oh, farewell, solar panels. Oh, they're all gone. Burning up. Thank you, heat shield. This heat shield is... oh! Explosion of the antenna. Let's try to compensate with RCS. Yeah, we're getting inside. It was a very, very intense re-entry because we went way too fast. We've used all fuel to break us down, but we're managing. And I think this is the island I was talking about. I think I'm landing exactly where I want, in between the river delta. And look at the trees here. Yeah, this is going really well, people. After 31 days in space, a whole month this has taken. They're back from Minmus. Explosion of the heat shield, but that's okay. It saved our command module. And there we go. We've just managed to get back to Kerbin. Let's get some science from here as well. Thank you for watching and see you the next time. Have a great one. Bye.